romance authors steal these ideas. I am begging you, steal my ideas and turn these into books ASAP because I need all of this in my life immediately. Hi romance friends, I'm Janelle. I am a certified sex educator, a romance book lover, and a sexual health expert reader. And I'm so excited to welcome you to the intersection of romance literature and sex ed. This is a place where I help authors master the art of crafting sexually authentic and holistically liberating stories. This video is less about the sex ed side of things and all about my love for romance books. I'm going to share with you my wish list of 5 different books, really book series that I wish I had in my life at this moment. So if you're a romance author watching this, please steal these ideas. I am being so for real. Steal these ideas. I'm begging you, write these stories so I can read them and enjoy them and fall in love with all of these fictional characters. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's look at this list. First series, I mean, it can only be an Olympic romance series, right? As a sports romance girly, I desperately need this. There are just so many tropes and storylines that I think would just work beautifully in this series. And I think it could easily, be 10 plus books. You could introduce people to new sports so we can all get some new obsessions. So the first one could be like a fanboy who is an athlete, but then in the Olympic Village gets to meet their crush and like fall like their athlete crush. And I think that crush could be like a mega star, like Simone Biles level star. And the other fanboy athlete is just, someone who's just happy and so amazed that they made it to the Olympics. And so maybe they meet in the village. And yeah, I think that could be really cute. I think rivals, so you got that forced proximity in the Olympic Village, you're running into each other, things like that. I definitely think rivals, yeah, that works. I think that would work really, really well. Obviously, teammates can never go wrong with a teammate situation or a teammate's sibling. Something like that. I love the idea of the teammate sibling being involved and they somehow connect, or maybe they meet and don't realize that they're teammate siblings and then that comes out. So it's a little bit of a secret, more kind of a forbidden romance. That would be really good. Okay. Also, I have a celebrity with an athlete. So maybe the celebrity is either there doing like the Snoop Dogg type of thing, either that level of involvement with the Olympics, or they're just there for some casual promo, maybe have to do some sort of a fake PR relationship. Definitely think you could do a fake dating thing always when there's when there's a celebrity and an athlete, you can always do a fake PR thing. Ooh, what if this celebrity was actually like the child of a former athlete and they don't like to step into that role as being the child of the athlete and they like to just sit in their the celebrity that they have made for themselves as much as you can when you're a nepo baby, I guess. And so then they have a scandal and they have to go be like report on the sport that their parent was involved in, and then the athlete is in that sport. Something like that could totally work. Okay, I think a washed up athlete who magically made it to their final Olympics and they're having like this real Cinderella moment. I think there could be like a friends to lovers. I think that could work really well. So this friend is the person who's been there the whole time and they're on this last hurrah and they're there and then that's when the sparks fly. Ooh, I like that idea. A little bit of a Carrie Soto-ish vibe. Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, let's see. Oh, I have a second chance romance. This would work so well, right? So maybe they used to compete at a different level and then they reconnect when they're both competing at the Olympics, or maybe they kind of started in one sport and they had something and then they shifted to a different sport or a different aspect of their sport. I think that could be really good. That could be really, really good. Also, okay, get the coaches and the trainers involved and just different staff. Kind of like, I think the Brooklyn Bruisers, Brooklyn Bombshell, Brooklyn Hockey, that whole world does a great job of connecting all of the different people within the organization. Of course, you gotta, make sure that there's no abuse of power and things, but that definitely, I like the idea of bringing different people in and not only the athletes. Now I know it's a little late for Paris, but we've got time for LA. I've seen how fast some of you authors can put out these books. So we got time for LA. And I also love the idea of LA because I live near LA and I die for settings in places that I'm really familiar with. But of course, Paris is so romantic. So you could also put it back in time and go to Paris or even London or something like that. But yes, okay. So definitely first series has to be an Olympic series. So for my second series idea, now this is also in keeping with the current moment, I want a political romance. So I've never read a political romance series. I've read some books, like Jasmine Guillory has some books where there's like politicians, but it's not a whole political series. And maybe this already exists. If it does, drop it in the comments because I'm going to add it to my TBR. So I think absolutely we need some sort of a political romance that like follows a campaign or just the political office, something like that. And so, of course, the center of the story is someone who, in her late 40s finds love and then 10 years later also finds herself in the position to become the next POTUS. So now I think though this series doesn't necessarily start with that main couple. I think it leads up, and that's kind of the grand finale. That's like the final book that we're all waiting for our favorite character, our favorite side character, who's not really a side character, is really a main character, to find love. And then using those earlier books in the series for us to fall in love with her and to just be rooting for her to have this shining moment. Now, full disclosure, I don't know anything about political campaigns, right? As a PE teacher and an avid sports fan, I know some stuff about the Olympics. When it comes to the political campaigns, I don't know how these work. And everything I do know comes from those sacred texts of American government. The West Wing, Scandal, Veep, and of course, Parks and Rec. Now, so for this series, I think I kind of have like the idea of Veep in terms of this team of people, but obviously with lovable characters who aren't evil. And so I like the idea of like this team, and we start first by meeting, maybe the first story is like a workplace romance, and it's like the campaign manager and the speechwriter or something like that. And they've known, maybe it's like for workplace, also kind of friends to lovers, as they've known each other and worked with each other for a while. I think that could work for a good place to start, meet all the characters. And then I think the second one could be like enemies to lovers. So maybe between people who lead different teams on the campaign and there's drama between them and they just don't click. I think that could also work. Again, don't really know anything about how campaigns work, but as an author, I know you are going to teach me. Okay, so for the third book, I'm thinking we get some of the interns or like the lower level staff involved, and it could have some forced proximity, maybe on the campaign trail. There's definitely a one bed situation. For the fourth book, I'm thinking a started with a bang situation. So maybe it's like the politician's sibling and their PR manager, a new PR manager, but they don't know who each other, they don't know that they're going to be connected like this. And maybe it was even like way before the campaign. Maybe it's like a kind of a second chance / started with a bang situation. And then let's say they meet at a fundraising event and now it's like this forbidden secret romance. That could definitely be fun. I love that idea. Okay. And then the last book, that grand finale, would be like the politician, right? That main politician who everyone's working for them on the campaign. We're meeting them, and it's got to be a single dad situation and golden retriever vibes, all of that. And yeah, I think that would be so fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's my second idea of a political romance. Now for my third idea, it's I don't have it mapped out quite in the same way, but it's definitely all about women's sports. And I am a sports romance girly, and I desperately need to see more crossover between the different leagues in general, and then like from the male and female counterparts. So like the NWSL and the MLS, the NBA and the WNBA, the PWHL and the NHL. Like I need to see all of this together. And really, I've only seen this in the Brooklyn Bruisers, Brooklyn hockey series, with some crossover between the PWHL and the NHL. And then in like Bergman Brothers series, there's siblings, one's in the NWSL and one's in the MSL, but not love interests. So I really just need to see more women professional athletes in general, and then these crossovers. That would be incredible. We could do, you could do like teammates, you can do athletes from the counterpart, like in their city or region. So maybe someone from an NWSL team, like ACFC, Angel City, and the other person plays on the Rams or on the Dodgers or something like that. I need teammate siblings. I need people that are, athletes that are meeting maybe at different branding events or promotion events. I need some fake dating for a PR situation. I need rivals. Maybe those rivals get traded to the same team, then they fall in love. That's actually the egotistical puck boy plot. So maybe don't steal that one. But I need all of these different situations. And again, don't have a full outline, but focus on female professional athletes, and then you can totally do a mix of FF and MM and MF, and easily this could be 10 plus books. Like, yes, okay. Thank you for writing that. I'm very grateful. Okay, all right, for number 4. Now this is one I don't have totally mapped out, but because I'm a teacher and my husband's a teacher and it's back to school season, I need the Abbott Elementary version of a romance series. So literally I have read, hundreds, if not thousands of romance books, and I can honestly only think of one book I've ever read that has a teacher as the main character. So I think that needs to change, right? Teachers need this. Teaching is very tough. And I just think the teachers deserve love stories written about them. So I would love a series that's all about teachers. All right, number 5. Now for the last one, I think you could guess where this is going, but I need a pop star with a star athlete. And I know this one, that definitely there's a fine line to toe here between reality and fantasy, because it could really honestly be quite creepy if it's too much like Taylor and Travis's real life. But I totally trust you. I know you're going to be able to execute that balance perfectly. Okay, so the first book is definitely the serious older brother who finds love. Ooh, and maybe that love interest could be a teacher. Okay, then the second one is, I think, like a marriage in trouble. And so they have kids, they've been together for a while. I really like books that bring in people that have people with kids and bring in elements of the reality of how hard it is to just be a parent, and then you add a relationship onto that. I think I'd really like that. And then the third one is a second chance romance. So I think this is, if we're in that football space, maybe this is like the star running back gets in a little bit of scandal, needs PR, and then that PR manager happens to be someone from their past, like maybe someone they went to college with or something like that. I like that idea a lot. And then that last book is the former F boy who we've been just falling in love with him in the previous 3 books. They are ready to find love, and of course they meet this pop star, and the rest is history. All right, so that's my romance book wish list. These are guaranteed bestseller, viral book series, and I just hope that making this video has done its job in manifesting, turning them into a reality. But for real, authors, steal these ideas. Please, I need these books. I need these. Just don't forget to call me up to be your sexual health expert reader. All right, romance friends, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, comment with your dream book series, share it with a friend, and click subscribe. And until next then, keep on reading and embracing the magic of romance.